I feel like we need to play that during the countdown timer, just on a loop for 5 minutes straight. I feel like people would appreciate that. What do you think?
I feel like it's been a while since I've
The
heard it. It just was nice to hear it again.
I I mean, I don't have to listen to it on my end, I guess. So like, I can just mute the stream. So sure, I don't mind them. I don't mind it, but 5 minutes straight every time.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm
Bit
good.
excessive.
Did it come
Well,
through okay the whole time?
Yeah, I heard it.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
unmuted the stream momentarily and did hear it, and so it seemed
Yeah,
to
we're
work.
good. Yeah.
All right, awesome.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Nerd Identity Crisis, episode 125. I'm your host Ryan By, joined as always by Mr. Adam Lovar,
Hello, hello.
my literal brother from another mother, Justin Picklemans. Hey, it worked. It went through. There you go.
Yeah.
Finally, Josh. Still have not thought of a good nickname for him yet, Huffman.
Hello, hello.
How's everybody doing, boys? It's been a while. It's been a couple weeks. We took a week off for the holidays.
Feels
But I
weird to
actually
have a
got
week
to see
off.
you in the RL.
Yeah, I got to see Justin in the flesh. It was awesome.
I heard you
Good time.
manned up and dealt with a blizzard and got your ass here.
It was an interesting ass drive. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Was that a real picture? When I heard that you showed up, then I assumed that picture you sent us was fake.
No, that was real. That was real.
I kind of just expected that to be like a bluff, just to like throw
Yeah.
Justin off, and then you showed up like, nah, I did it,
No,
because
that
that
picture was
looked
real.
horrible.
Yeah, it was interesting.
He and
there were a
Constance
couple
showed
times-
us more pictures, so they had a
Yeah.
lot of proof.
There were like legit. Did I freeze? Did I freeze?
No. No.
No.
Okay. There were a couple times where we legitimately had to drive onto the shoulder of the highway because there was like a semi jackknife in the middle of the road, and we just had to
Oh.
drive around it. It was crazy, dude. It was an interesting drive, but we made it. That's the
Yikes.
important part. So, yeah, it was a good
Yeah,
time. Good time seeing everybody. Did you guys have a good Christmas? Good holiday?
it was good. It was
Yeah.
weird
Low-key.
with the snowstorms. We kind of moved ours around, so
Yeah.
it was kind of a last minute thing, but travel was safe and whatnot, so that's
Right.
always a plus.
Yeah, definitely. So, cool. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad to be back. New year, 2023. New year, new us. Here we go. We
The
got a
title
new
of the
segment.
episode is episode 125, New Year, Same Nerds.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
I was gonna
yeah,
say
we
I
got-
feel the same. There's not new me. I'm still
Yeah.
like the same me from like 2013 onward. Have not evolved since.
So we've got a new segment debuting today. And Josh, would you care to remind everybody what's going to be happening at the end of this month?
So the intention is we're going to play Death in Space, a RPG based in a alternative solar system that is slowly collapsing upon itself into the void, full of dark and deadly, disastrous scenarios, and I hope to not kill you off too soon, but
I was
eventually.
gonna say,
obviously.
I thought you were gonna say, hopefully kill you all as soon as I can. Like,
Yeah, I mean that'll be a plus for me, but I can't kill Ryan because then we'll have to make him another character sheet, and I mean
It
at
was
least with
hard
the
enough
other,
to make the first one. I
yeah,
just-
at least with the other two, I know y'all can do it yourself. So
and like Justin and I got ours done in like what, 5 minutes?
Yeah.
there's a nice for anyone who wants to play Death in Space. One, I recommend buying the book because it's both beautiful and relatively cheap.
Aesthetically, very pleasing.
But there's a character generator online, and it works very nice. You just refresh the page, and it will roll all of your stats and all of your unique abilities and things like that. So
Yeah.
if any of you do die off, we can make you a new character in a matter of seconds, need be. But
Yeah.
hoping to start things off pretty chill. Hopefully, no deaths, nobody getting yeeted into space.
Right.
But episode 2. Maybe.
It's fair game.
Maybe.
It's
Yeah.
fair game. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to try it. It should be fun. Should be a good time. So,
I'm
make
super
sure to tune
stoked.
in. Yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah.
good. Definitely. So tune in for that. But yeah, otherwise we got a new segment debuting today. We'll see how it goes. We're gonna try some new stuff. We're gonna switch it up a little bit. We're gonna cut back on the news a little bit because I feel like a lot of weeks I just stretch to find stuff because I'm like, well, we got to fill it with something, and it's some of it's not even really worth talking about. So news might just be one a week, maybe two if something crazy happens.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah,
was popping up the calendar here, but was our plan the 16th or the 23rd was our 0 week?
23rd was 0, and
And then
30th
the 30th will be the
episode
first
1.
Death in Space.
Numero uno.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. So
Yeah,
all right,
something I'll
boys.
be curious about to the listeners on that is as
Yeah.
we get recording,
Definitely let
if
us know.
people was curious if people would want us to, because now that we're using Anchor, you could technically host separate
You're
podcasts for
cutting out
free.
like pretty hard for me.
Uh-oh.
You're good.
Am I still cutting out?
No, that's
You
not
were
better.
fine for me. Yeah.
Okay. But I was just gonna say now that we're using Anchor and it can be free, I wasn't sure if we would want to separate Nerdentity and the Death in Space. I kind of don't want to because that's a lot of extra work. But if
Yeah,
some
let's leave
people
it.
would rather just listen through one segment and not have the other, let us know.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, identitycrisis@gmail.com. Let us know. You can write in. I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking like off the top of my head. Maybe a listener question like Jacob did. Like that
Jacob.
segue. Like that segue.
Yep.
Jacob.
What up, Jacob?
Also,
What up,
I
Jacob?
I do real quick. We're gonna get to Jacob, but I do just want to forewarn everybody. We're in the middle of an ice apocalypse in Spencer right now. Uh, it's literally just raining and turning into ice almost immediately. And they said expect power outages. So hopefully that doesn't happen while we're recording. But I just want to give a heads up. It's some nasty shit out here right now. Again.
I mean,
So
you basically do nothing for the podcast anymore anyway,
yeah,
so
that's
we'll
fair.
just take care of it if you disappear.
Also, Justin is the one streaming now, so I got out of my responsibilities too. So when my
Welcome to the
shitty
team, Josh.
yeah, when my shitty internet dies, I mean, I still download the video and audio and upload it to YouTube. So
Oh
like,
shit.
I I'm a little safe, but now when my internet dies, then only I disappear. Y'all
Yeah.
are still good.
There you go. So we'll see how this goes. But anyways, back to Jacob. He says, "New year, new theme. This year, we're going with famous people. If you could have any musical artist or group write the theme song for your life, who would you pick, and why?" Tradition dictates. Adam answers first. Adam, what do you got?
So when I was talking to Josh about this, like it wasn't a musical like group or person. Like at first I was just like I want a guy in a tuba just like following me everywhere. Just like in Family Guy, just like doo 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 doo. Like I don't know. I just think that'd be super funny. But then like realistically, I would somehow want like Led Zeppelin to like some come back to life, and then like they would be my thing. Just I've always loved like classic rock and things like that. So well, like a Zeppelin or like Who or something like that would be amazing to
There
have
you go.
them do something like that.
Hell yeah, that'd be sweet.
Yeah, I'm assuming that this would be either why they're alive or
Yeah.
like, they come back to life. Like it's not any living person.
Right. Yeah, that'd be dope. That's a good choice. That's a damn good choice. Speaking of which, randomly, so our music at work has always been terrible. Like, and you just have to listen to it over and over again. Christmas is the
Mhm.
worst, but it's terrible normally. But the other day, "Comfortably Numb" came on, and I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like,
Nice.
this is awesome. So maybe they're turning over a new leaf. We'll see. There you go.
Gonna get DMCA'd. I don't know who owns
Yeah.
that song. Somebody
Overlay,
somebody
there you
does.
go.
Can you from Jingle Bells?
I don't know. Maybe.
We'll find out, won't we?
Is it pre like 1927 or something?
Yeah.
Probably.
All right, Justin, what is your choice?
You guys are gonna hate my answer, especially Jacob. But I mean, obviously, the Wiggles.
Fruit salad?
Well, no, but the Wiggles I would have create my song because
Yeah,
Fruit
they
Salad
wrote
was a
fruit salad.
masterpiece. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I can only imagine what they would do for me.
It's an absolute classic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
without
I
a
don't think
doubt.
I know this.
that's an incredible answer. And I'm
Fruit
kind of jealous I
salad.
didn't think of it. So,
Yummy,
Yeah, wouldn't have
yummy.
thought of that.
Fruit
yeah.
salad. Yummy, yummy.
Oh shit, that's hilarious. all right, Josh, what's your answer?
Mine is Jeff Rosenstack, former
Didn't you go
lead.
see him recently?
I did, yeah,
Yeah,
last
okay,
year.
thought that sounded
Former
familiar.
lead singer of Bomb the Music Industry. All of his songs are just generally kind of themed around, like, I don't know, feel like my life anyway. So I feel
Yeah.
like he's like very in tune with that. Because I feel like if I picked someone like way out there and like amazing, like will David Bowie do justice to my life? Because like David Bowie writes way more entertaining things than what I got going on, right? So I gotta pick someone who's more in tune with my life currently.
There
I
you
got
go.
a big old dog.
Adam's getting mauled to death. Good lord.
That is a
Adam,
very
are
large
you
dog.
okay?
No.
Oh shit, that's hilarious.
Game over.
Yeah, like seriously, I just feel like I was
God damn
violated
it.
by my
Justin's doing
dog.
this again. God damn it.
Yeah,
Welcome to the
Um,
new year, Ryan.
yeah, right.
I've created a beast by giving him the streaming keys.
Um, so my
Guess
answer,
who's
my joke.
back
God
again.
damn it. My joke answer is that it's already happened. I don't know if you guys have heard the song "Hell Yeah" by Rev Theory, but they did write that around my life.
That was the Blue Mountain State theme song, right?
Yes, it was. Yeah, if you've seen
Yeah.
Blue Mountain State, it's the theme song.
I know.
And my other kind of joke answer is, I am featured in a Mac Miller song. I'm actually not, but it definitely sounds like he says my name, and I can't remember the name of the fucking song. But he says like front, back, side to side, say hi and ride on by, but it sounds like he says Ryan by. And I was like, oh shit. Um, like definitely sounds
R.I.P.
like it. What's that? Yeah, R.I.P. Mac Miller. But my real answer is I pick the Foo Fighters, dude. That'd be dope. I love Foo Fighters. Just write this like badass rock anthem. That'd be sweet. I love Foo Fighters. So
Theoretically, you'd also get to meet the band because how
fuck
else would they
yeah,
figure out about your life? So
right,
like, just meeting the Foo Fighters or Led
right,
Zeppelin or whomever like would be
Mhm.
dope.
yeah, right.
So,
Or the Wiggles. You forgot the Wiggles.
I'm
I was
sure
gonna
they're
say,
great people, but
not sure I'm doing this to meet them, but
I'm sure they're nice.
watch, they're
Uh,
wilder than Cam is.
yeah. But thank you very much for the question, Jacob. We look forward to the new year and all of your new themed questions. All right. Up next, what are we playing now? We got a couple weeks to catch up on. We haven't talked in forever, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I kind of want to just get it out of the way. Adam, what have you been playing?
Huh? Can't stop, man. No. First thing, High on Life. I rolled credits on High on Life.
Yeah,
Super good game.
it was good.
Like, glad it was on Game Pass. Glad I didn't pay $60 for it.
Yes.
But it was still amazing. And like, I think if it ever became $30 or less, I would say 100% worth it. Like, grab it up.
Yeah.
But if you have Game Pass, definitely download it and play it. It's amazing.
I laughed out loud multiple times during that
Oh,
game.
same.
So yeah. Very good.
And after I beat it, I watched YouTube. Like, no spoilers, but there's definitely some interesting things that you could play the game differently if you're kind of a dick. Maybe is kind of the
Yep.
way to like do it. I guess. Definitely
s-
played it nicely and missed a few things, so that was
no
interesting.
spoilers. No spoilers. Who did you pick at the end?
Uh, the last
I did too. That
The
was
last weapon.
that's
Yes.
what I think too.
I
All
was like, he seems the less connected.
Yeah.
So anyway, there's no spoilers
Oh my
on
god.
so many levels, but okay, yeah.
Yeah, very good. I think yeah, dude, just like the stuff they did with the achievements in that game is hilarious. Like
Mhm.
the spend 15 hours in an alien strip club thing was fucking hilarious. Shooting the kid in the face and the achievement is called Fallout wouldn't let you do this. Like,
Yeah, I didn't do that. I'll have to do that at some point. But yeah,
yeah.
it has a lot of nice touches, and you can tell like gamers help make it, if that
Yeah,
makes sense.
for
Like it
sure.
feels like a good made for gamers game,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Right.
But
Like there's a secret thing in that game where you can
tons of
you find this warp portal to a movie theater. Did you find this?
mm-mm.
And you go in the movie theater and it's like oh fuck, what's that called? Mystery Science 3000 or whatever it's
Mm-hmm.
called.
Yeah,
It's that you can watch an entire movie in the game, like an 80s movie called Demon Wind, and it's fucking terrible, but they just
oh
the
my god,
people
I need to find that.
dude, the people talk over the entire movie. You can watch the entire fucking movie. And
Oh,
it's
that's awesome.
yeah, like the stuff they put in that game is so fucking wild. But yeah, very good game. It was good. I really enjoyed it.
Huh.
So, what else, Adam?
Josh gifted me a game called Stacklands. It's like a card-based survival game is like the best way to describe it. You're kind of getting these cards and you have to build up a village and kind of constantly be doing stuff through like a rotation. Really fun. I only played it like once, but I will want to play it at some point in the future. I found a free to play game that I'm gonna let Josh talk more about than I am. It's called Buried Borns.
Okay.
And then last there was a Tarkov wipe, so that's all I've been doing, boys. So
Naturally.
I set a goal. So the wipe happened Wednesday. I started playing Thursday. I set a goal of myself to by the end of today be level 15, which is when you unlock the flea market, and I hit it. I'm like actually
Nice.
just a few thousand away from level 16 already.
Nice.
I went pretty fucking ham. So
Sounds like it. Are there anything new with this wipe?
yeah, so they added a whole new map, Streets of Tarkov. I've only played it a few times offline mode because it is not optimized. Everyone I've
It's
seen
rough.
play out, it is like
Broken.
stuttery,
Uh-oh.
rubber bandy. We saw our buddy like clip through the map at points. Like it was rough. So I was like, I'm just not gonna go there. That's fine. Like,
I didn't even think that was the worst part.
but I
It
mean, when
was.
we were playing offline, I thought it was like, holy shit, this is a really cool map. It's very big. They definitely outdid themselves on the design of it. It just needs to be optimized, but we've seen that with all their new maps that come out. So
What was the worst part, Justin?
I mean, one of them is just the fact that it's Tarkov. Um, and I just mean that because anytime that you get a new map, you have issues similar to what Adam was just saying, but then also it's like, I don't know, you don't know where anything is.
Right.
So we were getting, like, I think I died on 3 separate offline modes, and I have no idea where I was even getting shot from. One of them I ran out of bounds and got sniped by just the game mechanics for going out of bounds. Am I cutting out again?
No, not for
for
me.
a split second, it sounded like, but
Hmm.
I think because we turned off that automatically change your input sensitivity, then your lower, like the end of your sentences are getting cut off for me.
Yeah, I wonder.
When you
Does
moved your
this
mic closer to your mouth, it sounded fine to me.
does this make it better or worse?
Honestly, It-
that's fine.
Unsure as of
yeah,
yet.
you're good.
Okay, I lowered the sensitivity, so I'm hoping that this makes it so it doesn't
Yeah.
cut. Work in progress, sorry everyone. But yeah, just kind of the new maps and not knowing where to go and where anything spawns is just kind of scary. Also, when Adam and I first started playing, no matter if we did Scav or PMC, we never spawned together. So,
No.
and that was happening
Which I
to us in the
mean,
offline mode.
Yeah, that was like the first couple of days, and I think that was the servers were being funky. But since then, we've all been playing
Yeah.
together. It's nice.
If they didn't fix that, I might have taken a break until they did, because
Yeah, I would have been pissed if we were spawning on opposite sides of the map of each other. Like, what's the point of even being in a squad at that point? You have to like meet up halfway, and you have different extracts at that point. So I don't know, didn't make sense.
yep, that game makes me sweaty as is, so I didn't need the
Yeah.
sweat of just finding my friends. And then our luck, we'd catch up with like Cam or Drew or someone, and they would just shoot us.
Because they didn't
Just-
know. Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
above you as you turn a corner.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Nice. Anything else, Adam?
No, I've been just absolutely loving this wipe so far. I don't know what it is about this wipe, but maybe I've just like finally hit over the crest where I'm just not sweaty and like nervous about anything anymore. I'm just like having a blast with it.
You're like a
Just-
grizzled veteran at this point.
Yeah, I mean, like at this point, I'm just like, let's fucking go. Like this
You're
is
like,
so
"What-
much fun.
Whatever it is, I've seen it before. Like,
But I guess the charm about this game is like you can like know so much about it, but there's even like other day where like Brian will like hit to his stash. I'm like, I didn't know that was there. Like you can
Right.
still like find stuff about the game where you're like,
right.
I've ran and like we were on Lighthouse the other day and like I found a new jacket and Brian and I were just like, holy shit, we've ran by this spot like 500 times at least and like never noticed there was like this jacket here where that you could spawn keys and stuff like that. Just like it's got this weird charm about it. It's just amazing.
Right. Nice.
And I don't know, something about this wipe is just it's feeling good.
Cool. Very
Feeling
cool.
good.
Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Josh, tell me about Genshin.
So I've not played a lot of Genshin.
Ooh, what?
Since I've been sick, I really haven't had too much ambition. So this week particularly, I've logged in once really. Just haven't been feeling it. But since we need to cover 2 weeks, then I have played significantly more games than I normally do.
Wow.
Hmm.
So Genshin, number one. I bought a game called Norco. You might remember it was listed. I don't remember which category, but one of the Game Awards um,
It was nominated.
options nominated. Yeah,
Okay.
and it's a point-and-click adventure game, kind of detective-y. There's some weird, shady shit happening, but it's pretty dark humor and very strange. But
On
there's
Game
three.
Pass.
Yeah, it's on Game Pass. I'm in Act 3, and there's, I believe, 3 acts. So I haven't quite beat it, but I think I'm very close to that. It's a relatively short game, but I bought it for like $10 or something, so I don't really care. But so far it's really good. If you like that sort of like point and click adventure type game, then it's good. It's got some other kind of combat mechanics, although you don't have many fights in the game. At least I haven't up to this point. It's kind of like memory matching, sort of. It'll do like a Simon Says, click these in the right order. They get progressively harder and whatever. And it kind of rewards you for clicking on random shit like on the map, like to just see if it does something. It does work on the Steam Deck as well, although the buttons don't line up perfectly, so you got to click like above everything, which is weird. But very good game. I played a little bit more Peglin, and they have added a bunch of shit since the last time I played. So they added currency. So some of the little pegs that you have to hit have coins in them, and then you can spend that coin either to buy new balls to shoot or healing yourself, or both if you have a ton of money. So you can
I thought you said
also find
keeling at first.
healing.
Yeah, like
Mm.
kill me.
No. Like
Yes.
Kegels.
Kegels, yes. We were talking. I just have to say it because I find it funny. I was watching Pastili earlier this week, and they asked like, what were some interesting usernames that he remembers, and uh, uh, the one that he remembered was the Keegler elf, um, which I still find really funny. Uh, but uh, but yeah, so Peglin, they added a bunch of shit, which in my opinion makes it marginally more friendly. Before I was getting absolutely crushed by the level 2 boss, and now I get only kind of crushed by the level 2 boss. And I feel like it's much more my poor decision making and less my luck now, because I could just have bought something or not raised my health when I should have bought a ball or upgrade or whatever. So um, definitely I appreciate all the things that they're adding, and they still say they're going to bring more classes because the Peglin is like the first and only class currently, but they're going to be adding some more. So um, I know there was some talk about whether it was worth full price, like when I bought it, um, and I have a feeling by the end of all of their upgrades and all of their releases, it'll be more than worth it. But it's still in early access, so they're adding quite a bit every patch. And last, Adam said that we've been playing a game called Buried Born, which is like a mobile slash Steam roguelike. So you kind of um, you're a class and you're kind of going room by room by room by room through a labyrinth or whatever, just fighting monsters and doing events and things like that. And it is both wildly complicated and wildly underdocumented. Uh, so uh, I mean, 90% of the game is in English, and the other 10% is just randomly in Japanese,
Okay,
because it
fair
hasn't
enough.
been fully translated. But
Mm.
there is not a lot of shit on the internet about it. So
It is
I've
super in depth. It's insane how deep that game is.
Yeah, and you just keep unlocking more and more features that have more and more things in it, and they explain none of them. Uh, and so of course, this is this is my jam. I can do research, like I can spend hours and hours and hours on the internet, Google translating like Reddit posts. This is what I do for fun. And so I have invested so much time into this game. And so far I've only hit floor, I think 54 as my furthest.
Which is insane. I've hit 11.
Um the previous once I kind of started, like I couldn't get past floor 8 over and over and over again, and then I read some stuff and then like that clicked, and then I kept hitting floor 14 and kept dying around there, and then something like more data clicked, and I realized like how these reactive shields worked and how I could level those up with different stats, and then I went from breaking my level 14 barrier to hitting 54 that run.
What's it
Uh,
called?
Buried Borns,
Yeah, it's on Steam and also Google
and it's
Play,
free.
Android. So yeah, it's free to play game.
The
Buried
nice
what?
thing is
It's interesting. It reminds me of like an
Borns.
Atlas game, kind of ish,
Yeah,
but like
spell it for
super
me.
dumb, like buried.
Buried, Born, Borne, like Borns, like
Oh, okay.
Bloodborne.
Jason Bourne.
We went to very different references there.
Yeah, I
Uh,
was like,
so the thing about it is that it is quite punishing, which I kind of expect from a roguelike with that kind of game. And then two, there are microtransactions you can do to unlock stuff, um, which I don't necessarily recommend unless you go ham on it. Um, I've already figured out how to cheese one of the major resources, so
yeah,
uh,
you did.
if you, I went from like it took me like half a week to farm like 2,000 of a resource to my new method, I farmed 8,015 minutes. So don't spend money on soul stones. It's the moral of that story. I will teach you the ways. But it is very challenging. But one thing that's very nice is that an entire run, unless you get to floor 50 something, it's pretty quick. So you
Yeah.
can do some, and then like it's a nice I have nothing to do for 10 minutes kind of game. Um,
You had that up on your Steam, like it said you were playing it for like 3 days in a row.
I minimized it, so I my playtime in Steam is not accurate, unfortunately. I just completely forgot to close it. Um,
That
but
makes sense
I
because I
would,
got up at like 5 a.m. and it said you were still playing. I was like, Josh, hello, buddy, and you didn't
yeah,
respond. So then I assumed that
It's
was the
a
case.
it's one of those games though. It's like, okay, one more run. All right, one more
Yeah,
run, and like
right.
you next thing you know, it's like it is late as shit, and you're like, oh shit. It's
and
yeah, it's charming
I
and fun, and it's very easy to get into, but very very deep if you want to get into it. So yeah.
yeah, it's a uh, what's what's the what's the phrase? It's an inch deep and a mile wide. Like so
Hmm.
it's really easy to get into, but to know everything,
Yeah.
I haven't I haven't even touched
Your
the
head's
surface of
screaming,
the game.
There's a ghost behind you.
wearing
Uh,
red pants, or at least it looked like red pants.
they
I
were
don't
like
know.
salmon colored, I think,
Yeah, yeah. I don't think she's
Salmon.
wearing red pants. Pink
Um.
pants. Josh was closest. He guessed salmon.
Well, that's.
Pink orange.
It sounds pretty crazy. Um.
It's
I
fun,
don't.
right?
I
And
don't play
I
anything on
would
Steam.
suggest grabbing it because if anything, on on the phone, super easy.
Yeah.
Nice.
The only downside to it, in my opinion, is that there is a way to sync your Steam and your
Mm.
phone account, but it is wildly annoying. You have to, like, let's say I play on Steam, then I upload the Steam save to the cloud.
Oh fuck
Then on the
that.
phone, I download that and then play it on the phone and then save it and then have to re-upload it so that when I go to my computer, I could
And you have to
re-download
manually do all this.
every
There
time.
isn't like an
Right.
automatic way of doing it. It's a manual thing. Yeah,
Right.
that's the only downside so far, but I'm sure eventually they'll figure
It's
that
like,
out.
what do I gotta buy a memory card?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just would be nice if it like you could just
Right.
log into their system and then it would just sync your progress.
Right.
That's the only downside. I know it's not gonna be a game for everyone, but if you like kind of the more you learn, the better you'll do type games, um, it's it's very good.
Cool.
I think
And
it
it's
would
kind of
throw me
quirky
off.
and goofy and fun at points too. Like it reminds me kind of an Atlas game. Like very dark and brooding and whatnot, but also there's sometimes where it's just like, what the fuck just happened? That was so goofy. Like
I
Right.
I found an item. I didn't end up getting it because it had horrible stats, but one of the abilities it had on it was that you gained more of the currency, but all of the enemies would look like cats.
Nice.
yeah, like just
I
goofy
don't know
shit.
why. I don't know why that's a thing that exists, but it does.
That's
Uh,
hilarious.
bless,
Oh shit, very nice.
bless you
Um,
again.
anything else?
Thank you.
That is all that I remember.
Okay, fair enough.
And he booted up Tarkov for a little bit.
I
Nice.
did boot up Tarkov.
There you go.
I tried to run 2 scavs and the game crashed both times.
Nice.
That's all I've done in Tarkov this far. Is literally hit start raid and then
Level
the game
2.
crashing. I am level 2 because I identified the items in the
There you go.
in the traders.
I
But
wonder if you should do the repair on the launcher.
yeah, I haven't tried that. There was an update in between when I kept having my crashing issues. It also like I had to reboot because it like broke my web browser when it crashed. Very strange. So I haven't tried it since rebooting and updating it. So it could be just something was weird. my uptime being ridiculous, but
It's
Fuck
just an
is
artifact
outside
of
right
the Bitcoin miner that they installed. It's fine.
yeah, it's colliding with the Bitcoin miners that I installed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's having some issues. It's like you can't have two of these installed at the same time. But yeah, I haven't really played Tarkov. I am torn between it looks like a lot of fun, but I know that I won't invest enough time for it to really be worthwhile.
Right.
Because it is not a game that you can casual. Um, I mean, it's not, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because if you're casual, you're just gonna lose all your shit. Like that's just that's gonna happen.
Yeah. Okay, Justin, tell me about God of War.
Well, first off, um,
I
are
didn't
you
play
guys,
God of War.
well, are you guys cool with um doing conspiracy theory after
Yeah, I figured.
What are we playing
we
afterwards?
finish this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but
He's looking at me.
then no, I was Josh, did you see that Instagram video I sent you?
I don't think
It
so.
was FIFA 2024 looks wild.
Oh, I did watch that. Yes,
It
yes,
was
yes,
like
yes.
Messi and God, who's the other one? But you know that superhero fight that you wanted me to play?
Yeah.
It was Messi and someone else that's a really popular football player that are in the place of Kratos and that guy. And so it's
Nice.
these two soccer players duking it out in that exact scene.
Nice.
Super ridiculous. Yeah, I haven't touched it.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah.
Um,
So what have you been playing?
so obviously more New World. Um, did my first mutated dungeon this morning, which basically whenever you get to level 60 and your gear score gets to 600, then you can start doing mutated dungeons, and they have 1 through 10, and they're just progressively harder. And then like you get points based on, deaths or things that your team kills, things looted, etc. And like bronze, silver, and gold determines your rewards at the end. And so that's kind of more the end game dungeons rating, if you will. So I did my first one with some guild members. They're called companies in New World, but that was fun. Um, I almost have all of my weapons to 600 item level expertise. 625 is the max, but like the end game kind of starts at the 600 to 625 grind. So I'm almost there. Um, played some Tarkov. I think I'm almost level 5 now. I have not got a single kill yet, which is really annoying, actually. Um, and then I don't know if you guys remember me talking about Midnight Fight Express. That was on Game
Yeah.
Pass.
Yeah.
Mm.
So that was on. Um, it's on the Switch on sale, or was, and I had enough of those whatever points you get
Yeah.
to snag it for free. And so I've been playing that kind of in between random things when I don't know, just sort of
That
waiting
ever
around.
since you first mentioned that game, I installed it on my Xbox and it's still there. I just haven't played it yet. Like
You should
it's
try
just
it.
sitting.
It's
I know. I know. It's just sitting on my hard drive. I got to do it. Same with
each
Omori. Omori's on there too. As soon as Josh talked about, it, I
I
downloaded it.
I
I
just saw that they hit 1 million sales
oh cool. Nice.
Oh
of its
wow,
game. Yeah,
Nice.
I
that's
think that's
impressive.
on the
Game
Switch
Pass.
as well now.
Oh, is it really?
it is on the
Yeah.
Switch. Yeah, I bought the physical like limited run of it, and
It is also on Game Pass as well. That's where I downloaded it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But you should do Midnight Fight Express because
yeah,
it's
I got
like each level is, I don't know, 2 to 5 minutes, and then you get to the scene or the end screen where you can buy new cosmetics and you do your upgrades that give you new skills and stuff. But it's a pretty quick game to like pick up, play a level, and then you can stop. but it's a ton of fun. And then on Monday, Marissa and I went shopping, and she bought a board game called The Night Cage, which Josh and I had seen at Gen Con, but I don't think it was actually out for sale yet.
No, they were still doing playtesting the first year we saw it.
Yeah.
And then I think that was 2018, and then 2019, then they were sold out, but they were actually selling it at that one.
Yeah, we were at Barnes and Noble, and Marissa found the board game section and saw it, and they had all their games for half off. So
Hmm.
she got that, and we've only played it once so far. We sort of won, but we 100% cheated. We just didn't really realize we were cheating until it was too late. So I imagine the next time we play and we have a better understanding of how the game works and how the rules work, but I don't know that that's going to make it any better. Like, it is not an easy game by any means. But yeah, that's all I've been playing.
Cool. Very nice. I actually haven't played a whole lot. I've been on a reading binge. When we
Nerd.
were
What
what's
a
that?
nerd.
Nerd. What a
Nerd.
fucking nerd. When we were in Cedar Rapids for the holidays, Constance she ended up by the end of it with like $125 in Barnes and Noble gift cards. So we went so she could spend all those. And then while I was there, I just kept finding shit, and so I left with a fuckload of books too. So I've been kind of on a reading binge. So I haven't gamed a whole lot, but I did play. I played more Mountain Blade 2,
Hmm.
um, which is fun. It's starting to get a little slow for me, but otherwise, I don't know. It's a little slow, so I don't know how much longer I'm gonna keep going. But
It might pick
I
up,
ended up
hopefully.
I ended
well,
up
I
using cheats when I hit the point that you're at.
did you?
Yeah.
Well, because I'm like I'm not strong enough to start my own army yet. You know what I mean? But like I don't want to join somebody's hold. Like the whole thing is I wanted to take over the entire map myself. But like it's slow going if you take that route. Real slow going. So
Yeah. Yeah, and it's frustrating because like if this is the same game I'm thinking of, like as you're moving around the campaign map, the time is still progressing, so your
yes,
commanders get older and then eventually
yes,
die.
right,
Yep.
And so it's like, I don't know, being
yep,
strategic with the time but still making progress and stuff. Yeah,
exactly,
eventually I got to a point where I was like, I'm gonna use a few cheats and see how
yeah.
far I can go and have fun. But
There you go. So, um, but it is kind of cool, like where like Justin mentioned, they get older and die or whatever. So you can get married and have kids, and as the character you started with gets older and dies, your kids just take over. Like you just start as their character or whatever. So that's kind of cool. Um, so playing that a little bit, and then because I'm a fucking idiot and I should know better from EA at this point, I got Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2K23. Uh, so one because I fucking vividly remember reading before this game came out that Augusta was going to be a playable course. It's not. It's not in the game. And then two, so EA in their fuckery, their endless amounts of fuckery. So throughout your career mode, you unlock different stuff, like different clubs, different everything, you know what I mean? Like that are better than what you previously had to improve your golfer. You got to pay money to equip the shit.
Uh,
Like
what?
Yep, and it's in-game currency that you can earn very slowly, or you can
No.
buy coins to equip your character.
wait,
And
And
so
I'm
that's
like
like,
if
taxes.
you unlock a cool shirt, you can't wear it unless you.
well, shirts don't add to your stats, but
So like
actually, yeah,
clubs,
you have
yeah,
to
like
buy that too. You still have to buy it. Um, but like
oh,
a club, so it'll be like you unlocked like the Cobra whatever driver, and it's like substantially better than the driver I currently have. So I was like, okay, cool. So I went to go do it, and it's like that'll be 800 coins. I'm like, what the fuck? So you unlock it without actually unlocking it unless you pay currency. And I'm like, I fucking can't.
and how many coins did you have at that point, if any?
I think like 350. So, um,
So then if you equip that and then you get another new driver, is it another
You
800
have to
coins?
pay money again.
Wow. So every time you, oh wow.
I've said it once. I'll say it again. Quit buying their games. Just
Yeah,
quit,
right.
quit buying EA games. I
Yeah.
cannot feel any sympathy for anyone who does this again.
Wow.
Because they're just like, every time you get fucked over, and every time you're like, why didn't I learn? Not
Yeah,
you
but
specifically, but just generally gamers.
that's
Uh,
next level. Like
That's
that's
crazy.
borderline scam now.
I'm not shocked whatsoever
I'm not
that
either,
EA would do
but
that.
that's crazy.
It is raining balls of ice right now, and there's fucking people outside, and my dog's freaking out. What is going on?
Called Hail.
I was like, wait, it's like,
Yes,
wait.
that's what I'm saying.
Sleet or hail, and then people fucking outside. What did I just hear?
Sounds cold.
Jesus, Ryan.
It does sound chilly.
Oh my god, I'm gonna kill this dog. You done? All right. So, but the game I've been playing the most, which I found on Game Pass, is a game called We Happy Few.
Oh,
Uh,
such a good game.
Dude, really good. I played it when it was in game preview still, alpha, like the demo essentially.
Like what, years ago?
years
I
ago.
feel like this
Yeah.
that game's been out for so
And then I
long.
forgot all about it. And then I was just going through Game Pass. I'm like, oh hey, so I downloaded it. I like it. It's not perfect by any means. There's some stuff that annoy the shit out of me with this game, but the premise is really cool. So for those who don't know,
Very dark and
yeah,
interesting story.
it's like a dystopian. I don't know if you want to say not future, dystopian past. I guess a little bit.
Yes, 1960s England.
Yeah.
Yeah. So where it kind of the premise, Justin, reminds me of that. What was that movie with Christian Bale that we liked? Older movie.
Equilibrium.
Equilibrium. Yeah. So it
Hmm.
reminds me a little bit of Equilibrium. So
I would not have
people,
guessed that after watching skipping through a gameplay.
people,
I don't know
Yeah.
why that came immediately
More
to
like
me, but
Clockwork Orange, if anything. Like, I don't
Well,
know.
yeah.
just in the sense that like the world is fucked up, but people take like the people will take this pill called joy, and if you take the pill called joy, everything's fine, right? And like your character works at this place where you like redact stuff from like newspapers and stuff, so anything bad or anything sad that has ever happened is just wiped off the face of the earth, right?
Very 1984 at that point. Like,
And
that intro.
yeah, and people are like, so people take this pill called joy and they're just happy and they think everything's fine. And like when you're on joy, it's funny because the roads are like painted like rainbow colored, and when you're on joy, they like shine, like there's lights coming out of this road, and everything's great. And then your joy wears off, and you realize like, oh, it's a shithole. Like, oh no. But pretty cool premise. I'm really enjoying it. The story's kind of like there's not. It doesn't tell a really great story. But the characters are cool. Like the whole setting is really cool. My number one complaint, and I think I'm approaching the end of the game at this point. But my number one complaint is so you have limited space in your inventory, right? Like you have a weight limit, and there's so much shit in this game. You have to constantly drop it off as at your stash, and like so for example, like there was one side quest I did where you had to like repair this pipe and you needed a repair kit. Well, I didn't have one on me, so I had to run my ass back to the hideout, get it from my stash, run my ass back to the place, repair the pipe, and then it's like, oh, now you need this. And I was like, fuck, I don't have that on me either. So I had to run all the way back, and like that kind of shit annoys me. Like when games
Sounds like
do
a
that stuff.
speedrunner's dream game, though. Like,
Right,
You knew
right.
all of the things ahead of time.
Yeah.
But it's like you have to equip this
Optimize all that.
suit. Like you have to look like a worker, so you have to be wearing this suit. Like, well, the suit is heavy, so I put it in my stash. Now I gotta go back to my fucking stash and get the suit. And like that really annoys me. And like your sprint bar runs out super fast. So getting around can kind of be annoying. But I don't know. Otherwise, I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying my time with it. So I'm hoping to finish it before we record next because like I said, I'm pretty sure I'm approaching the end of the game by this point. So But that's essentially it. Otherwise, I've been churning through fantasy novels like bowls of Cheerio. Um, that's basically all. So I don't know where that analogy came from. I don't know why I said that out loud. Uh, so that's about it. So that wraps up. Well, what are we playing now? Let's do some conspiracy theory. How's that sound?
Conspiracy theory.
Meow.
So we did like the same thing.
Well, I was just doing it because you did it.
Oh,
But then I'm saying it, looking
I
at
thought it was
Marissa, and
just it
she's
w-
back there
was in
dancing
your
instead of
heart
actually
and,
coming
like-
over here.
Hello.
Hello.
what up?
Can you hear them?
Yes, I can. That's helpful. Thank you. Are you guys ready?
We
Yes.
can barely hear her. Just a heads up.
Conspiracists claim that what medical procedure is negatively affecting human evolution? A. Cesarean births. B. Heart transplants. C. Saline breast implants. Or D. X-ray cancer treatments.
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah. Conspiracists claim what medical procedure is negatively affecting human evolution?
I feel like it's
Oh.
so outrageous. It has to be breast implants. That's what I'm going with.
I'm going D. Cancer.
D cancers. That's what's bad for evolution.
I'm going C.
I'm gonna go
because
A.
Ooh.
C sections. Somehow magically they think that's what's doing.
Well, I'm
it.
going with
gonna
my
go,
bro.
I'm gonna go A.
I'm also going with the breast implants.
It's so outrageous. It has to be right.
That's what I'm thinking.
All right. What is it?
So Josh's X-ray, Adams was
C-section.
C-section, and Ryan were breast implants.
Yeah.
It's actually A. Cesarean.
Oh, nicely done.
I mean,
Nicely
it does
done.
make some amount of
Marissa.
sense
I know a reason.
because
It's because
Yeah.
it's like survival of the fittest. Like so, they essentially are supposed to have died, right?
I
In,
suppose.
in,
Yeah.
in theory, so it's like against the survival of the fittest is kind of what I was thinking. That
Marissa
was
said
my
that
thought
she could
process.
actually touch on it more, because she.
supposedly,
Can she?
hips have been getting more and more narrow, over time, and since people don't die during childbirth nearly as often as they
I guess that
they
too.
used
Yeah.
to,
In
then
House of the Dragon.
we're like encouraging narrow and narrower hips, which will
Spoilers.
cause
Not
issues.
said.
I haven't.
Wait, can Marissa
haven't-
says she can elaborate? Is she still there?
Marissa, can you elaborate? Josh said that he read, but
I don't
yes, they
remember if I
weren't.
heard it.
But that because
Hips are
what he had
getting
heard were
narrower.
hips were getting narrower.
Oh, I guess I can't speak to that, but I know in the acute phase, when I did labor and delivery, fetal heart monitoring actually increased the rate of cesarean sections. So the actual monitors that they put on the mom's belly to monitor contractions as well as the fetal heart tones, they were having more interventions and having an increased uptake in cesareans based on that. So then a mother who has a cesarean usually has to always then have cesareans unless she does what's called a VBAC, and that is a high risk delivery. So it then gets into like a mental health thing, and then attachment with babies and nursing. So one thing leads to another when it comes to that. So it's a human intervention that leads to more long-term effects.
Interesting. That's a conspiracy theory I believe in.
I mean, that's medical science.
That's
I don't think, I don't think
that's
that
like-
I don't think that qualifies as a conspiracy. If it's medical science, it's not really. But
All right.
Thank you.
Thank
thank you for the info.
Fascinating. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. All right.
Our resident nurse
There
in
you
the
go.
house.
All right. So that wraps up conspiracy theory. We got one piece of news we're gonna cover. It was really the only interesting thing I could find because it was the holidays, so not a lot of news came out.
I got some Genshin news we can add at the end. You know,
Oh,
in case we
God
need
damn it.
some filling
Okay.
time.
All right, here we go. According to the website GameDeveloper.com, Epic Games is set to pay the Federal Trade Commission $520 million over Fortnite's shop and privacy issues. Some of Epic's violations include failure to alert parents that it was collecting personal data from young players, and not specifically asking consumers to complete transactions before being charged for items, sometimes even during loading screens or waking the game from sleep mode. $245 million of the money will be distributed by the FTC to consumers, while the other $275 million will go directly to the FTC to, quote, address children's privacy related concerns, end quote. Now, I'm going to go to Justin first on this one because I feel like Justin had the same thought I did when I read this, and I can't believe I'm about to agree with Justin on something like this, but there's some shady fucking shit going on here. So Justin, why don't you take it?
I mean, the first part is, I think, valuable. Like what those companies are doing and have done is shady. But
Yeah.
yes, to what you're hinting at here,
Alluding
this
to.
the second half is just so blatantly theft. And I just want to know, I want to see the people like the FTC commissioners. I want to see their before this and after this salary or bonuses because
Right.
275 million going directly to FTC to address children's privacy related concerns. I will be very curious what, if any, like documentation, proof, studies, like what is actually coming out because $275 million is a lot of fucking money.
Yeah.
And I just like,
It's
why would
it
they address it when they could just charge another company like Epic another 520 million in another year to go through this again? Like,
it's
I just
one
don't trust it.
one important piece quick is the FTC is getting more money than the actual people. Like keep that in mind. $30 million more is going to the FTC than to the consumers. So that's a big part. But sorry, continue. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, I mean, if I had my soundboard thing up and working here, you guys would be hearing an Owen Wilson wow. Because
Wow. Yeah, that's just I was thinking
that
too. Wow.
is, it's just, it's like blatant theft. Or the higher ups just fucking patting each other on the back. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we're gonna find out that the president of Epic is on the FTC board or
Right.
some bullshit.
Right. Like that's just it. Like okay, show me where that 275 million is going. Then where is that going?
Yeah.
What are you doing with that money? Where is it going? How is it being spent? Fucking
Which, as a
unreal to me.
government entity, aren't they supposed to have some sort of
Oversight. Yeah,
public, well, like public logs or
probably. Yeah, it's
I
the
mean, you
federal
could
something?
government.
request it as part of like a information act, like
Yeah,
request.
Well,
Um,
someone should do their, I don't,
due diligence.
Ryan, do a Siri remind me, and
So we can revisit this.
let's follow back up at this in six
Yeah.
months and see what we can find, because I'm pretty sure someone's getting a new yacht, and it
Right.
ain't us.
All right. Josh, we'll go to you next. What are your thoughts?
so, I mean, more of the same, really. I mean, this is really shitty of Epic, but I'm not
Yeah.
necessarily shocked. Because they kind of have been known in the past for some pretty shady stuff. I'm happy that they're losing money, but this is the same kind of issue I have with any like big lawsuit. Let's say like what was it, Equifax, or that got hacked a while back,
Yes.
and they're like, well, we have no idea how we could correct this. Let's just give the money to a pool, and then like everyone who's been affected by them giving away your social security number and all of your personal data is like $18. uh and you're like, you're a multi-billion-dollar
Right.
corporation.
Right.
You can't just like have shady shit, not update your servers, have all of this like privacy issue, and then like, we're sorry. Like, this one, particularly, I think, is a bit ridiculous because they theoretically have the paperwork to say exactly the people who they ripped off.
Yes.
And like, okay, how many accounts said that they were underage before the change? Well, those are the people who should get some of this money. But the problem is how it's going to work and how every one of these has worked previously is that you have to know this random website that like you would only know because you already knew that the lawsuit was happening
Right.
because no one at Epic's going to notify you.
Right.
Or you
Uh,
happen to check your junk mail for the first time ever because it somehow
Right.
ended
Yeah.
up in there and it looks like a phishing email to
Oh
begin
yeah,
with.
absolutely, absolutely.
Right.
It
Like,
looks
click this
shady as
link,
fuck.
you're entitled to $270,000. Click this
Yeah.
link and put in your social security number and you'll be granted. It's like,
So like, assuming you find the website, then you like fill it out, and then 2 years from now, you're gonna get your $18 or whatever it is. And as part of the settlement, I can guarantee you, I have not the paperwork isn't out yet on exactly, but I guarantee that there is language where you are not allowed to litigate this issue. So
Right.
you are signing away your privacy
For
and
$18.
everything else for, I'm just estimating $18 because it's going to be the 270 or 230 minus a whole bunch of lawyer fees because that
Yep.
comes out of the
Yep.
beneficiaries pool, not the person who has to pay the money. Uh, and then out of the remaining 200,000, then you split that with every single other person who fills out the claim form. So $18 might be generous. I've seen ones for my data being stolen where the end result was like 13 cents.
Yeah.
Someone got my personal data for 13 cents. That is
I've
how
filled
much.
out 2 of those forms before. I
Mhm.
still have never gotten any money for it.
Yeah,
Really?
it'll take like a billion years. Um, so I have in the past received the money,
Yeah.
um, but
It probably costs
where
more in your bank fee to accept the money.
Right.
You probably actually paid money to the bank to receive that money.
Right.
the last few the last few I refuse to fill them out just purely so that I retain my ability to litigate. Because I am paying away my ability to have my personal data be safe for 30 cents, $18. I feel as if my data is worth more than that, and they know
Yeah.
that. Uh,
Yeah.
but um, we'll see. This could be a first of its kind where all that money goes directly to the consumers, and they have that with data. Um, but that's not going to happen. So I don't, maybe,
So,
but it won't.
I
Um,
just queue in
But maybe.
a couple years when we find out for whatever reason that the government is gonna do like a bailout to Epic Games for some stupid fucking reason, and they're gonna get
right.
$245 million from the
Yeah.
government, like what happens to the airlines when they
Right.
do shit like this,
Yeah.
or
Too
the
big to
bank.
fail.
Right.
Yeah,
Epic
yeah.
it's like
Games too big to fail. It's interesting. Like
Epic Sword, too big to fail.
you brought up the lawsuit thing. So the place where I work was a part of a class action lawsuit like six
Mhm.
years ago, 6 or 7 years ago. But essentially, everybody used to be a salaried employee at 45 hours a week, and I mean everybody's working a minimum of 60 hours a week, like just across the board. And then a group of people in one of our markets finally got fed up and filed a class action lawsuit, and we got like something sent to us saying sign here if you want to be a part of this class action lawsuit or whatever. So a bunch of people did, a bunch of people didn't. I didn't because I knew it was going to be bullshit. But when it was all said and done, the people who signed it got a $120 check in the mail. Like, ooh, you've been ripped off for years. Here's $120. Like, it's crazy. It's fucking
Yep.
wild. So, but Adam, what are your thoughts on this?
That's like the
What?
5 or 10 hours extra, not even that you worked on one single shift. They just
Yeah.
paid you overtime for.
Right. Right. For one shift. Yeah. Um. Anyways, Adam, what do you got?
I mean, kind of very similar to what you guys are talking about. I mean, it's obviously a little bit shady for them to try and hide certain things that are gonna like entice kids to somehow unwillingly do stuff. But I mean, to blame the game company is a little ridiculous. I feel like it should be on the kids and the parents to like figure that shit out. You
Yeah,
know,
yes,
like
for
don't give
sure.
the kid the credit card number,
Right.
and then this would never have happened. I don't know. There's definitely some steps before you get all the way to that point. But at the same time, like if they're doing predatory business acts, they should be reprimanded for such. But the fact that like the government FCC is coming in like we want a piece of that pie, that is
Mhm.
a little ridiculous.
We
Well, the
like
want
I
a
think
kicker
we're all on
bigger
the
too,
same
piece.
page of this. So
Yeah.
collecting personal data from young players.
I mean, what is that like? Just short of like your amount of time you're playing and when you're playing. Like, I mean, what really are they stealing when you're playing Fortnite? Like,
Could be chat messages. It could be payment information. It
I
could be
mean,
your addresses.
obviously the
Like,
latter is makes sense, but I mean that's just isn't that just getting metrics off of like where you're selling stuff? I mean, I know there's like a fine line between that, but like I don't know.
Yeah.
it depends what their license agreement says, in my opinion. Like,
Exact.
because
So
they're not disclosing this information, they should be collecting none of it.
Right.
They
Right.
should. I would assume with billing information, they list that.
Right.
Whatever. But
I mean, kind of
all in all, a little ridiculous.
to
I think
Adam's
we're all
point too, like a little bit, and kind of a joke, but like, it's Fortnite. Like, you
yeah.
collecting about what happened on the school bus yesterday, or like,
Yeah.
like what do you, how the new season of Power Rangers isn't what you thought it was gonna be? I mean, I don't know. Like, what do you really? I don't know. But the whole thing. I mean, Epic shady. Every fucking company shady. Let's be real. And then the FTC on top of it. The I was reading the article and I was like, okay, okay, okay. And then it got to how much the FTC was getting, and I was like, what the fuck? And that's kind of the reason I put this in here, really. Um, but yeah, just fucking wild. But I think Justin's right. We should keep an eye on this just to see, like, where's this money going? Where is this money going? Um, somebody just got an island, I think. So
Yeah, nowhere
congratulations to them.
useful.
Yeah, right. All right. So that wraps up our news story of the week. Now, you boys want to do a new segment? You want to try something new?
Yeah, my initial maybe not what we're looking for. So why don't you explain it to us,
Okay.
and then we'll go with it, and then hopefully be a little better prepared and understanding going forward.
All right. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a draft every week. We'll take turns picking the category of the draft. So what it's gonna be is we're each gonna pick 3 items from whatever the category is, in draft order, like we've done before. Um,
so we can't pick the same ones.
no, that would defeat the point.
I'm gonna have to think of way more of these than I originally thought. I have
Same.
3 written down, and they're
Really?
absolutely going to
You
overlap.
guys know what a draft is?
I don't know sports.
Sports?
Uh,
What? What? Huh?
Well, and like,
The only draft
Sports,
I know is like
sports
a beer.
balls.
That's yeah. It's like it's like that Chris Hardwick joke where his dad was watching the NFL draft and he pissed his dad off by calling it sports ball sorting hat day. I was like, oh, that's fucking perfect.
well,
Um,
and like in this particular one, I wasn't sure if we were going for individual or like maybe family made or brands
oh no, whatever
or
you want, whatever kind you want. It's
okay.
Because
wide
we're
open
gonna
for
have to come up
interpretation.
with 12 of these.
Apparently.
No,
I
I
don't
mean,
know that I can name 12 of them.
you
Like,
can't name. Okay, hang on. Let's just do it. This week's category is cookies. So here's what
The
we're gonna do.
biggest
We're gonna do a
thing
cookie draft.
I want to call out here, and this is just more of a shame shame to Ryan. Is Ryan, tell everyone where you got this idea.
So I've been looking at fucking TikTok for ideas for the podcast because people are fucking dude. The amount of views people get for the dumbest shit on that fucking app, I'm like, we need to be a part of this. As much as I hate social
So what
media,
I'm hearing is Ryan says we need to stoop to the dumbest shit
yes,
level.
basically, like the amount of like I follow like video game stuff, like people who have their not even like podcasts, but they'll just like put out a 30-second clip commenting on, oh, Deathloop was a great game, bruh, bruh, bruh. And it's like fucking 20,000 views. I'm like, what is going on? I don't understand what is happening here. Anyway, sorry, I hate social media so much. But anyways, so I'm gonna kick off the draft. We're gonna take turns, okay? And then at the end of the draft, we're going to discuss who had the best list, Justin's hiding, and I want listeners commenting too on who you thought was the best. Justin?
Justin's dead.
Justin?
I died.
So it's my list, so I'm going to kick it off. And then when you guys pick, you can kick it off. And then you can decide the order too. Because like, I'm going to have Josh go second because I feel bad for him because we all know he likes to eat terrible things. So this is the
I
is the
love great
this is-
food.
this is the
I
unfrosted Pop Tart guy. So
Yeah.
I mean, can I put that in my list? Are they considered a cookie?
oh.
They might be. They might be a cookie.
I'm gonna go with the greatest cookie ever invented, which is the double stuff Oreo. It is
No,
yes, it is. It absolutely
the
is.
worst Oreo.
It is the perfect chocolate to cream ratio. Regular Oreos, too much chocolate, not enough cream. Mega stuff Oreos, too much cream, not enough
It's a
chocolate.
thing. I've never even heard of that one.
Double stuff.
It's like triple stuff.
Yeah, it's fucking
They're
huge.
they're fucking
Double
trash.
stuffed Oreos is the best
Diabetes.
cookie on the market.
You didn't
and
even
I
pick
will-
the best Oreo.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
No.
I will die on this hill.
Mm.
My
Have
number
fun
one pick
dying on that hill.
My number one pick. is double stuffed Oreo. Josh, what is your first pick?
Chocolate chip.
That's solid. See, that's
Like,
a solid
yeah.
choice.
it is like if you think of a cookie, chocolate chip is what you visualize.
Yeah.
Like it's just like the iconic, perfect. A shitty chocolate chip cookie, I'm still like, okay, like I would eat it again. I mean, I won't like go out of my way for it, but if someone were to offer me, I'll take it. Um, it's just classic. So
That was good. That was gonna be my second pick if nobody took it. That was a solid choice, Josh. I'm really happy you didn't go like oatmeal raisin or some crazy shit, because that's what I was expecting. Out of
that's farther on the list.
fair enough.
My only issue with oatmeal raisin, not enough raisin.
Oh,
Typically, there's only like 5 in there. I want there to be like 105. I want it to just be
he wants
raisin.
all raisins, a little bit of
Yeah.
both.
And just literally like a raisin disc with a bunch of oats sitting on top. Perfect cookie.
All right. Up next, since I feel like Justin's been giving me the stink eye, I'm gonna make him go last. Adam, what's your choice?
I my number one cookie is the Girl Scout cookies, the peanut butter patties.
Ooh, good choice.
That is a
yeah.
good choice.
Is that the one with the peanut butter?
Shortbread, peanut butter, chocolate encased.
Okay, perfect. Yes, that's
Yeah.
that's a
Yep.
damn good choice.
That
Yep.
is my number one cookie of all time.
I got a question though. I got a question with this. Do you feel like Girl Scout cookies are better because you can only get them certain times of the year?
No, because I've had
No.
people that have like mimicked the same thing and it's still fine. I mean, again, shortbread with peanut butter on top, dipped in chocolate.
Yeah.
Like that is the peanut butter patty. And,
Aldi has it. Aldi's are just as
yeah,
good.
Aldi has
Oh, really?
Yeah.
a knockoff sort of thing or whatever, and it's amazing. So yeah,
All
peanut
right.
butter patties.
All right. Justin, what is your first pick?
So this is really funny, but Marissa and I were watching the documentary today of John McAfee, on Netflix.
Mm.
Have you guys watched it?
Huh.
No, I've heard I should though.
It's a wild fucking ride. But anyways, they had a in his yacht when he was running from all of the people that were supposedly coming after him. They had a box of my favorite cookies in the background in the yacht, and it is famous fucking Amos cookies.
Really? Famous Amos?
I just love them.
Is
They're
there like a
also chocolate
flavor?
chip. No, they're like chocolate chip, but they're just usually I like soft cookies, but for whatever reason, Famous Amos, they have the perfect amount in each bite, but the chocolate is rich and delicious, and there's just something amazing about
Reminds me of
Famous
high
Amos.
school. Like that's what it reminds me of, high school a la carte line.
You know what? I thought Josh was gonna lose this, but Justin's clearly going for last place with that pick. I'm just
I've
Well-
never
throwing
had
it
a
out there.
Famous Amos cookie, so maybe they're amazing.
You should try them, especially if you like chocolate chip. You might as well try them. But Ryan, this got me thinking too. And since Josh already said chocolate chip, I can't say it, so I'm just gonna say this. But do you remember the monster cookies that we had at high school that were under the heat lamp?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Those were like the best cookie that I've probably ever had in my entire life.
So you're going with Monster Cookie?
No,
Oh,
no. I mean, they were those. They were like this big,
yeah, I know.
but chocolate chip, but it's only like this thick.
I
So
do
it's not
remember,
like they
yeah.
were monster cookies in your
Yeah.
traditional sense of a monster cookie, but they were just like triple XL chocolate chip cookies, warm and gooey and melty underneath the heat lamp. And
Yeah.
I used to spend so much of our parents' money buying those cookies every day. I probably had like 3 every day.
Dude, do you know how many times we had to be like, we need lunch money? And they're like, fucking already? All the time. All the
Yeah,
time.
it got to a point where I was like taking quarters from their coin jar to buy
To
those
get your
cookies.
fix.
Yeah.
I need them cookies, man. Fucking cookies.
Jason
By the way,
Dragon
I
here.
think Famous Amos sticks. I think you can go with that.
I'm
Josh-
going with it.
Josh did more like a bakery fresh chocolate chip cookie.
This is what I thought the entire thing was one of the best types of cookies.
Right, yeah.
If we're because I didn't realize we needed 12 of them total. I can't think of I didn't realize we could use brands until you said your answer, and I'm like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, there you go.
Well,
for
so
sure.
that's why I only came with one until I figured out while playing what the actual rules of this game were going to be.
We're figuring
I
out as we
figured-
go.
I figured no one would
On the
pick Famous
fly.
Amos, so I felt safe with that.
All right, my number 2 pick. I'm following Adam a little bit.
Okay.
I'm going with Girl Scout Thin Mint cookies.
Yeah.
That's my
I
number two.
fucking
Yeah.
It's
love
such
Thin
a
Mint
safe,
cookies.
boring answer though, because they're honestly terrible cookies.
No, they're not. They're delicious.
Yeah, they are. People
They're
like
great.
throw them in the freezer. You'll eat them and it's cool and fresh.
Yeah,
Fuck
just
no.
nodding.
No.
Just like, fuck yeah.
I was just gonna say both of your choices with the Girl Scout cookies. Put those bitches in the freezer.
I'm just not a fan of
Ultimately
chocolate and
better.
mint together. I think is really what it is personally.
that's fair.
But
That's fair enough.
You're also not really
Um,
a sweets person, so
yeah,
Yeah.
this was a hard category.
Josh, what is your second pick?
In that I cannot pick Thin Mints because those would have been my number two. Oreo Mint Thins
Ooh, there
specifically.
you go.
The
God.
thins are the most perfect shape of Oreo by a very wide margin.
You're wrong.
Just
It
as like I'm
goes-
running across the street
it
to the
goes
grocery store after
thins.
this.
Thins, regular, everything else is garbage. Like double stuff is not even an Oreo as far as I'm concerned. It's fucking garbage.
Right.
But the thins are the perfect ratio of cookie to like whatever the weird cream stuff is in the middle of Oreo. It's not actually cream. There is no animal product in those cookies, which is
Probably
Strange.
all like let's say vegetable byproduct and some other.
I'm
weird
thinking it's like a
sugars and
like a slurm situation where it just comes out of like a giant space worm.
Yeah, there you go.
Spoiler to that Futurama episode
I'm
from
gonna
like
have to-
2005. But
I'm I'm gonna have to try it. I've never tried it, so I can't knock it. So
You've
I'm gonna have
never
to
had
do
an
it.
Oreo thin,
No, never.
and you work at
Yeah.
a grocery store,
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to do that.
Yes.
So
bro.
I will say I've only had the original thins and the mint thins, and both of those are great. But there is some like chocolate coated thins,
They're amazing.
and I feel as if that might like fuck up the ratio for me.
They don't.
Um,
They have
They
the
do.
golden ones that are thins.
I do like the
They
golden
have the
Oreos.
double stuff in thins.
Interesting.
Really, the
That's the fuck up
thins.
the ratio.
The thins are the greatest Oreo. I feel like I had this as my pick of the week
Yeah,
one
you
week.
did. You did.
You did.
This was a pick of the week for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
My
Um,
moral of my story is if you like mint and chocolate, so not Adam obviously, I would go with the mint Oreo thins
Okay.
specifically to try. There's other more extreme versions of it, but that is what I have in my brain is like the perfect Oreo is like
I'm gonna
Oreo thin.
try them, and I will check back in next week. I'll let you know if they're better than Girl Scouts, in my opinion. We'll see. Adam, second pick.
Going along with my first pick, it is the Chips Ahoy Chewy Peanut
Good
Butter Cup
choice.
uh,
Yes.
cookies. Yeah,
Fuck yeah,
they're
those are
amazing.
good.
I mean, need I say more?
Those are
If you haven't
gold.
had them, get them. So
That
I love peanut butter and chocolate together. I mean, that's such a good
Yeah.
combo. So
also Chewy Chips Ahoy are so much better than regular Chips Ahoy. Like,
yeah,
can we all agree on that?
I
No.
think the chewy ones are way better than the like crunchy because they always just feel like they've been sitting in like a warehouse too long and they're just kind of dry and weird.
And you
Right.
probably don't like
See,
Famous
I don't know.
Amos.
I really enjoy eating
I love the chewy.
sawdust, so the crunchy ones are like my jam.
Then you would
That's
love
fair.
Famous Amos. You need to get yourself some.
You try. All right. Josh has tried Famous Amos. I have tried Oreo Thins. That's our homework before next episode.
Definitely
Um,
would do that. But
What was your second pick, Ryan?
Josh is like, I have to leave the house.
Girl
Can I
Scout
order this
picnic.
off of Amazon?
I'm still on
Right.
a diet. I can't be ordering all these cookies.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, Justin. What is your second pick?
So this one I think is gonna be an oddball, and I'm probably gonna get some weird looks. But the peanut butter cookie that the grandma's cookie, but peanut butter. I love them.
Really
I love them.
interesting.
Yeah, like
Question.
yeah.
There's two peanut butter cookies that I can think of. One of them, you use the forks to crisscross on the top,
Yep.
and the
That's
other
it.
one, okay, has the piece of chocolate in the middle of it. So I want to clarify
crisscross.
which one we're talking about here.
But like the one I'm specifically talking about is Grandma's brand,
Yeah.
the peanut butter
Oh, I
cookies.
know.
They're in like
Yeah.
a yellow or gold package.
Yeah. And you get like two.
Yep,
don't you?
two of them
Yeah.
usually. Yep. Love them.
Those are softer too, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah. That's a solid.
this is where I thought I may get weird looks, 'cause like when you eat them, like I could see how someone may not like them because the flavor isn't like out of this world, but I think the ratio is correct,
Fair enough.
and they're just tasty.
Fair enough. Solid choice. All right. Good. So my final pick, I might be stealing Adam's because mine is peanut butter themed. Is peanut butter blossoms. So my
Oh,
aunt makes
yeah.
these for Christmas every year. They're one of my favorite cookies ever. The key is to underbake them so they're soft. You got the chocolate star in the middle. They're fucking delicious. One of my favorite cookies ever. Not Oreo double stuff good, but really good. So that's what I'm going with. Peanut butter blossoms is my final choice.
That's a good
Jo-
one for sure.
Yeah. Josh, number 2.
Okay, so this is probably cheating, since it's cookie adjacent. But hold up, and it's gonna be real shitty for a lot of listeners because this company is based out of Des Moines. So it's more of a local specialty, but specifically either I'll just go with the mint double chocolate. The peanut butter chocolate chip is also really good. Thelma's ice cream
Thelma's.
sandwiches. Um, they're
It-
cookie
it-
adjacent. They
there-
have two cookies.
There's two
They just
cookies
happen to
on
have
the
ice
side.
cream in the middle.
Mm.
Um, So
Jerry,
um,
do we allow this? Justin?
I think I'll allow it.
Justin?
Which I heard
I
ice cream.
Thelma's double mint chocolate ice cream sandwich.
I'll allow it. All right, it's in. You're good.
And I mean, I think it was Adam's choice. What? Who picked um the Chips Ahoy soft chocolate
Adam.
chips? Those, if you make them and just put like a scoop of ice cream in between and make your own
Mini
ice cream
sandwiches.
sandwich, yeah, mini
Ooh.
sandwiches.
That sounds amazing.
That's
I'm
that's
gonna-
fire, 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 fire.
My mind's been blown. I'm gonna try this.
Yeah, 10 out of
Do you
10.
freeze? Do you like make them and put them back in the freezer to freeze them into little sandwiches, or
No,
do you do
'cause
it and then just eat them right away?
eat them right away. Like, don't even put the
Okay.
ice cream back in yet. You just have them out. You put a little scoop on, not like a huge scoop, just a little thin layer
Just a
ice
little bit.
cream. Plop another one on top to make a sandwich, and
There
then
you
you
go.
eat it. 'Cause you don't want to lose the gooey of the chip or the cookie.
Hmm.
You don't want it
Fair enough.
hard.
Also, I just want to say kudos to Josh for going outside the box. Kudos.
And I thought of all of those other than chocolate chip while we were talking. My
Very nice.
my brain hurts now. But
Oh, that's awesome.
'cause I don't buy a lot of cookies in general. I'm more of a sweets fan than Adam is, but
Yeah.
I'm on that end of the spectrum typically.
I don't either, 'cause I will eat an entire package in one sitting.
Adam, what's your final pick?
So my final pick, the traditional frosted sugar cookie.
There you go. Fair enough. Like
I
the
just
cutouts you get at
someone's
Christmas.
like, yeah, I was like, I remember like as a kid doing the like cutouts with my mom, like making sugar cookies, baking them, letting them cool, frosting them, like making them look ridiculous. Like I don't know, there's something fun and sentimental, and like I know they're just pure sugar in your mouth, but like
Yeah.
it's still fun like making them and stuff like that. But
Honestly, once you have to let the icing get a couple days old, so it's like it like snaps off when you bite it. That's when it's perfect. That's when it's perfect. Fuck yeah, delish.
I
Good
hate
choice.
frosted sugar cookies.
I know you do, Josh. It's basically a
Unfrosted
frosted
is
sugar cookie, or frosted
I do
Pop
it-
Tart, but I know.
I do have to say, there are weirdos like Josh out there. We get requests for unfrosted at Christmas time. People will
'Cause
call and be like, "Hey, can
frosting
I
is
get
gross.
those? Can I get those Christmas tree shaped cookies without any frosting on them?" I'm like, "Okay, you're a Satanist, but yeah, I'll do it for you." Like,
It's
what
it's
the-
easier for you, isn't it?
Yeah, way easier. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's a solid choice, Adam. Justin, what is your final pick?
I just want to say that I think that Josh is getting robbed on all of this because I think a Pop Tart is a cookie.
It is. It's just like if we're including ice cream sandwiches, then all the rules are off the table here.
Right, and
Uh,
Pop Tart is a cookie at that point. Why is it
Josh, you
wrong?
already
Okay,
have your
But-
3
let's. It's either a cookie or a calzone.
It's a calzone.
Ooh, it's closer to a calzone.
Or
At least the
calzone.
Pop Tart because it's
Why can't it be
fully
a cookie
encased.
calzone?
it could be a cookie
Oh
calzone.
my god.
Yeah.
But I mean, it still is a calzone. But
Also, if you were to put a bunch of them in a bowl, then they're ravioli.
Yeah.
So, which is good because I already dipped my Pop Tart in marinara.
Of
So
course.
it just,
That
it
makes
just,
sense. Well, if it doesn't have frosting on it, you gotta do something, right?
yeah, I mean, I eat the unfrosted ones, just plain. I have never microwaved one in my life, and that statement is true. I haven't microwaved a
marinara.
Pop Tart in like 15 years.
Nice.
Just
I don't
straight out
think
of
I've
the
ever
bag.
microwaved a Pop Tart. Who
Microwaves
does
a
that?
Pop Tart though. That's fucked up.
There's directions on both, but if
To
you want it like
microwave and
warm but
toast?
still soft,
Interesting.
then you can microwave it or
Weird.
toast it with
I
the
feel like they'd
toaster.
explode. But
They
Justin, what's your
They do get molten, so watch out.
Yeah.
Y'all
Just
remember when
always-
I
always
burnt
do
the
get molten, yeah.
fuck out of my hand with a Pop Tart?
You had that giant blister for
I
like a
forgot-
long
Yeah, like
time.
2
dude.
of
I
them.
forgot
remember
it
that
was
shit.
the Pop Tart.
Yeah.
I remember
Yep.
that shit.
Yep. Toasted my Pop Tart in the toaster like a normal person, and it popped. And I was on the phone with Marissa before we were living together, and like, I was talking to her, not really paying attention, and I fucking went to grab them and grabbed the frosting piece on the outside, and it just stuck to my hand, and I instantly
Yeah.
knew this is bad. I like went like that to flick it off, flicked the frosting off into the sink, and had
And there was
blisters in no
skin
time.
attached.
Damn it, dog. Justin, what's your final pick?
Keebler Chips Deluxe Rainbow Cookies with M&Ms.
Oddly specific. Okay.
Well, it was the Keebler brand,
Yeah.
but they're the
Keebler
deluxe
Elf,
rainbow
yeah.
cookies with M&Ms.
You know, I almost put Keebler Fudge Stripes on my list. I was close.
Those could tie mine. Now that you say that, those are amazing.
I don't think I've had these ones either.
I've had the whatever.
You've had the
Ryan
fudge
says.
stripes, right?
Yeah, for
Oh, yeah.
sure. But not the rainbow M&M crazy diabetes cookies.
Diabetes. So I gotta say, now that all of our lists are in, I was very confident going into this that I was gonna have the best list for sure. I kind of like Adam's list better than mine. I'm not gonna lie. So my vote is Adam wins. Justin's the clear last place finisher.
Oh, wow.
and Josh is right there in the middle. But my vote goes to Adam. Adam, what do you got? Who do you think wins?
I mean, I'm gonna vote for myself. I win.
I think that's a good choice. I think that's a good choice.
Well, I didn't know that we were going to be voting because
Well, we don't have to vote, but
I don't know.
just go over
I,
the
don't-
list.
I
If
just
you-
like
if you were
I like
going
peanut
to-
butter and chocolate, and like I stuck with that, and I
Yeah.
I don't know.
if you were going to go with one that wasn't your own, what would it be? What's like your second place?
Oh, you guys all have terrible choice of cookies. I need a lot of you guys because you fuck that shit.
So,
Yeah, another way to think about it is who had the worst and the second worst list, and then you just find the second best just purely out of that.
I was gonna do
I got
the
I can't.
normal Oreo thins, but since Josh did the Oreo thin mint, I wasn't sure if that, and you already did Oreos, so I wasn't sure if
Yeah.
that would just be
And I
too
was going to do
much.
peanut butter cookies, but
Yeah.
I threw that one out.
so, so next week when we do this again, well, listeners, let us know. nerditycrisis@gmail.com. Let us know who you think won. But Josh, since you went second, next week you'll get first pick and category will be yours. Start thinking. It can be anything your heart desires. Anything you want.
And then
So-
just are we gonna do it on the fly, or are we gonna get at least a little bit of heads up?
Oh, I don't care. How you guys want to do it?
Well, I
Want
mean, I
heads
could
up?
I could add it to the outline.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll do heads up.
Okay.
The only thing is when you're picking your category, make sure that you can at least think of like,
I'll vote.
5, 6.
Yeah.
12 of them.
I mean,
Uh,
make sure that there's enough, because like in my head I was just jokingly thinking toilet paper, but I don't think there's that many brands of toilet paper,
No,
so
there really
don't do something like that.
and the answer to that is the purple quilted northern. There is no
Wrong.
other answer.
That's false.
Purple?
I will die on this. Well, the branding is purple.
Oh.
Yeah.
So there's like a quilted northern with like a blue pattern.
And that's normal. The purple is the ultra soft.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Ryan.
I work in a grocery store.
I know, that's why it's so funny.
Yeah, you've
What
never.
aisle
eaten
is it
a
in,
real
Ryan?
quilted.
All right. So next week will be
Let's
Josh's.
wait for him to answer.
Oh, what aisle is it in? Aisle 11.
Yeah.
Next week will be Josh's pick.
That's what
Left
the
or
game
right
should
side.
be. That's what the game should be. We should all just
Think of a
name
random
a random
thing.
item and see how long it takes Ryan to tell us the aisle.
You know what's crazy? I still to this day remember almost every single code for produce. Like when you go to cash out, there's
40,
that
11
That's
being bananas.
That's
That's-
easy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
1032.
10? Nothing starts
10.
with a 10.
They did when I worked in a grocery
Well, you're
store.
wrong.
You probably are in different grocery stores though.
What
I don't know if
ho-dunk
that makes
grocery
difference.
store did you work at?
It was
Yeah.
a Ho-Dunk grocery store
It
too.
was, yeah, it was, yeah,
It
small town
was.
Iowa, but
Not a chain.
that that was red grapes at the time.
1032. Interesting.
Mhm.
Ryan,
Yeah,
what
4032 is watermelon.
what aisle
Yeah.
is Sprite in?
Sprite is aisle 7.
Took you longer than I was hoping. We can carry on.
I mean, and honestly, you could say any number, and I'd be like,
Yeah.
Right? How
No,
do we
that's
know
good.
he's not just
That's
like
good.
making up a number?
And
We
also,
go-
also, the stores are all set up differently, so my aisle is not going to be the same as your aisle. So I don't know why
Yeah.
we're playing this
Yeah.
game right now.
the only way we could call your bullshit is if you said aisle 11, and I'm like, why would they put the Sprite and the toilet paper in the same spot?
Exactly. All right, so we'll do another draft next week. Josh's choice. Look forward to that.
I thought of an answer.
Huh?
Well, next week, video game soundtracks. Make a video game themed,
Ooh.
but not
Justin
games.
doesn't like it. I like that one.
You can think of soundtracks. I believe in you.
Can you handle that, Justin?
I don't
I
have a
just feel like
choice.
a lot of the three of us are going to be fighting over a lot of things.
Yeah, we probably will be.
Mine's gonna be like Rainbow Six Siege for the best gun sounds.
Soundtrack.
I'm thinking more like the music in the
yeah,
game.
it's like soundtrack a little bit.
Well, that's perfect.
Yeah,
Justin
that's
can have
music to my ears.
Justin can have the worst list 2 weeks in a row, so that's fine. So, so we'll go video game soundtracks next week. All right, let's wrap up. We got one listener question this week. Pistol Pete writes in. Hi, Pistol Pete.
What up, Pistol Pete? Pew,
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 pew.
pew.
Hey guys, Happy New Year.
Marissa just did a pew pew from the other room.
Nice.
What is your most anticipated game, movie, and TV series of this year? My answers are Starfield, John Wick 4, and The Last of Us. Solid choices there, Pistol Pete, in my opinion. Josh, why don't you kick us off? What are your most anticipated in each category?
Okay, so game, Stalker.
damn
The
it,
new
Josh.
Stalker. I know.
It's not a draft. You can say
Yeah,
it too.
we can
Him and
have
I
the
are going to
same
have
answer
the
on
exact
this.
same answers.
My headset just died.
Okay.
It hated
Oh.
my answer and just turned off entirely. So I have no idea what you just said, but I assume it's that I stole your
Yeah.
pick here.
Yeah.
But you stole my pick later on in the show category, I think. If you said you were going to. So
Maybe, yeah.
so we might have very similar lists.
Yeah, we're going to have the
so-
exact same list.
So show, I don't really give a shit about TV too much. So most of the shows that most people are kind of into, I think, I don't know that I will ever watch. But maybe this year the Fallout TV show is supposed to come out.
Yeah.
I think it was like estimated 2023 or 2024 if it got delayed. So I'll probably watch that.
There you go.
I can't think of any other shows offhand that I care too much about. And I legitimately could not think of any movie whatsoever that has come out in the last 3 years, let alone one that is going to come out now. So I Googled all of the movies that were going to come out this year. That is how much I watch movies. And I guess Blue Beetle. I like the comic book character Blue
Yeah.
Beetle, and hopefully they introduce Booster Gold because Booster Gold is the best.
No, he's
Uh,
not.
he is.
really
Josh
not.
loves Booster Gold.
I was-
Why?
Because he is
hilarious.
the best.
He says he's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. He does say that.
All the
Over
time.
like 30 pages.
Yeah.
Because every Booster Gold comic is just him talking constantly.
Yeah.
Booster Gold is just kind of like a character like Lobster Johnson, where like you don't love him because he's amazing. Like you love him because he kind of sucks. So I don't know that I will even see the Blue Beetle movie like in theaters or anything, but it seemed the most palatable of all of the.
Are we sure that didn't get on the chopping block? Is that still happening? Because
I saw
I
pictures
don't know.
from filming.
So we saw that from Batgirl too.
That's true.
It's it's still in post production on IMDb,
All right, we'll see.
and
Yeah, so it
I
might not come out. I won't be too upset about it if it
Yeah.
doesn't come out. Let's be honest. But
I don't know who Blue Beetle is, but I just looked it up, and uh, I don't want to slaughter his last name, but Zolo Marduenia, who plays Miguel in Cobra Kai, is going to be Blue Beetle.
Oh, nice.
So
Oh,
like the
Miguel.
main
Okay,
guy
like
from
the main
yeah,
kid. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So I'm like, well,
Interesting.
shit, I will probably watch
I
that
mean,
then.
He
Do you-
wasn't a super great actor though, I would say in Cobra Kai, but like
He
it's
got
still
better.
like he got better, absolutely, yeah.
Nice. All right,
Hmm.
good choices, Josh. Just why don't you go next?
So don't hate me, but mine's gonna be
no,
a
no
little
promises.
potentially boring. But game is kind of a tie between The Masquerade if it comes out, Vampires Masquerade,
It's
and
one of these
Nightingale.
years.
Yeah.
Both The
Someday
Masquerade
it'll
and
come out.
Nightingale I'm equally excited for their own
Hmm.
reasons. The movie, uh, sorry Pete, I'm being lame, and I'm also going John Wick 4. I can't wait. I love the series. They're fantastic. I even looked up, um, kind of to Josh's point, the movie's coming out, and I still, like, I was picking that, but I was like, shit, should I look and see? Sticking with it, and I'm jazzed. And then, um, since it was lame, I also was picking The Last of Us, and I even told Marissa I'm probably gonna try to make her watch that one with me, which
Fuck yeah.
I try not to make her watch too many things that are like a Justin show or movie, but this one I warned her I'm
I
probably
think
gonna,
she'd
and
like it though.
I think she would
Yeah.
like it,
Yeah, the
'cause
like horror aspect.
yeah, the
So
horror, scary, suspense side of it, I think she'll dig. But for coming out with a little bit of my own, I'm really excited for Ahsoka,
Oh,
her own
hell yeah.
show.
Yes.
Mm.
Good choice.
Yeah.
That'll be damn good. Damn good choice. Adam, what do you got?
Stalker, obviously, as my game Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl. So whenever that comes out, hopefully this year, we'll see. That's gonna be amazing. They just dropped a new trailer. I did all of us see that new trailer
Yep.
because holy shit, like
Yep.
them showing more of what that game's gonna be. It's like, okay, yeah, this is gonna be awesome. And then as far as movies, a little bit of a cop out because it came out last year technically, but I haven't seen it yet. I want to see the new Avatar.
Okay.
Like Kat and I really both want to go and see that.
If you end up
And
trying
then
to see that in theaters, you should let us know and we should double date it because
okay,
we both want to see that.
nice. Sounds good. And then as far as show, I don't watch TV at all, so I was kind of the same thing. Like Fallout sounds like it could be a really cool show potentially. So
You'll probably watch The Last of Us, wouldn't you?
yeah, I mean, was it gonna be on HBO though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so wait till it fully comes out and then get like some random free trial of HBO or something
There
to
you go.
watch it or
Mm.
something. But
There you go.
yeah, probably not
Uh,
when it's coming out like live. But
Yeah, that's the hardest part. Is I just wish it would all come out at once, like Netflix used to do.
yeah,
So
Netflix
Uh,
doesn't do that anymore.
with
They
some
do for
stuff,
most.
They
they've
don't.
been
They're
a
bigger
lot of
shows,
like
they don't.
back-to-back stuff though. Yeah.
Stranger Things season 4 came out in 2 parts because why the fuck not? So, they're
There's just
starting to
one
get
more
away from it.
season of that, right?
Yeah, last season's
Mhm.
coming out.
That's not
Random,
coming out for a couple of years though,
Yeah,
is
it'll
what
be
they
a
said,
while.
right? That's not coming
Yeah.
out for a
really
bit.
random, since you brought up Avatar, but did you guys hear that they filmed this one, parts of 2, and then like 3, 4, and maybe 5 back to
Yeah.
back? Because
Oh
Mhm.
wow.
is it Steven Spielberg that is doing those?
No,
Or
James
James
Cameron.
Cameron? Yeah,
James
James
Cameron.
Cameron. He didn't want the Stranger Things effect with the kids that are in it.
Yeah, they were gonna
So,
age out.
Oh.
and they're releasing them in 2020. I feel like they listed 2023 for this one, but it's already out. But
It's every 2 years.
yeah, every 2 years they're gonna have
I'd
the
also
next
heard if
ones.
this one didn't do well, he was just gonna like cancel all the rest of the future stuff.
It's
Just
already
like
done well enough that
Yeah, I think
That's good.
it's
That's
it's
good.
set.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All
Go.
right. So What's that? Go
I
ahead.
have to ask. I haven't seen the first Avatar movie.
If you can
Um,
get past the
is it-
very typical Hollywood white man saves indigenous trope that so many movies use in Hollywood, it's a really good movie.
I heard it was just Pocahontas with aliens,
Yeah.
which
Yep.
I thought
It's
was hilarious. But
so he specifically said that he made Avatar to shed light on the like European conquest of the indigenous people of the Americas, and
mm,
it's kind of his like
nod.
dramatical nod to that to bring awareness to it.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not like he's shying away from that being the inspiration, but yeah, The Last Samurai, Last Mohican, Pocahontas, uh,
The list goes
They're
on.
all the same
yeah.
story.
Waterworld. Mm.
Eh,
All
Love me
right.
some Waterworld. So
Way,
I'm
I was
gonna
gonna
Yeah.
say
now,
Waterworld's
now I'm
way
gonna watch
better.
Avatar. Now that I know that Waterworld and Avatar should be compared to each other, I'm watching it.
They shouldn't.
Perfect.
They really shouldn't. But
Yeah, Waterworld's
although
way better.
although Avatar 2 is called Way of the Water, so who knows? I'm just saying.
It,
I saw a
All
funny
right.
joke that people were upset that he made a 3 hour long movie with no breaks, all about water. So it's like
Yeah.
everyone that has to pee is just stuck in this
I
movie for
love it.
hours.
Very nice. Okay, so my answer for Prince Pete's question, the game I'm most looking forward to is Stalker 2. I'm still in that
yeah.
answer as well. That last trailer blew my mind, dude. I can't fucking wait. It looks like everything I've always wanted in a game. Like, I'm very excited. So that's gonna be good.
You should play
Uh,
the other ones because it's just like that, but this is way better graphics. I mean, they're still the same game.
if they were on console, I would absolutely do that. So
Your computer would handle it.
you think so? Old school Stalker? You think it would?
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
absolutely,
All right.
100%.
All right, then maybe. Um, my movie I'm most looking forward to, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Very excited for
What
that.
about that one?
I've watched the beginning of that trailer probably 20 times because I laugh every single time. I'm very excited for that. And then show, I was gonna do The Last of Us 2, but I didn't want to take the same answer as him. But I am very much looking forward to The Last of Us. That's probably my answer. But just to do something different, and keep in mind, I am saying this knowing that it's going to be bad, but I'm excited for it anyways. Uh, Live action One Piece. I know it's gonna suck.
Oh,
I know it's gonna suck, and I'm looking forward to it anyways. More One Piece is not a bad thing. So that's my other answer. But thank you very much for the question, Pistol Pete. Happy New Year to you as well. All right, boys, we'll do a quick pick of the week, and then we will get out of here. Josh, why don't you kick us off?
Mine's gonna be a book because I also have been reading recently, and it's The Stand by Stephen King. And yeah, I know they made a mini series of it, but I haven't read the book yet, so
Multiple. Yeah.
I don't want no spoilers for me, because I haven't actually finished the book. I'm like 4/5 of the way done with it.
Okay.
Um, but to give like a little bit of premise, sort of, uh, it's like a
COVID.
kind of. But so this is specifically a virus that the U.S. government created in a lab, and it gets out and kills just everybody, pretty much.
The
Like
plot
there is,
centers on a deadly pandemic of weaponized influenza and its aftermath.
yeah, and I mean they call it the flu, but it's because it's got flu-like symptoms. But I don't know, like for
But
sure.
there's more
Um,
like kind of fantasy elements to it a little bit. Like there's more to it. Yeah.
Yes, that I feel like they should like understand how it differs from real society.
Yeah.
I will also note that the book came out in, let's see, 1978.
Hmm.
So although there are quite a bit of ties to pandemics that we have uh, been through recently, it's pre all of that.
Yeah.
There's a really good similar-esque book that came out much closer to COVID. I actually pick of the week, like one of the first episodes I was on, called "The Wanderers" by Chuck Wendig, I think. If you like uh, pandemic stories, which probably is nobody these days, those are both good options. But it's the stand is pretty dark. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, definitely. Adam,
The
what's
show
your
has
pick?
a great cast.
Yeah, it does. Well, this is the second iteration. The first one didn't. I think Rob Lowe was in the first one, like when he was really young. The first one had a
Interesting.
pretty crazy cast too. Was it Rob Lowe? I can't remember now.
The
But
he
1994.
yes,
Gary
uh,
Sinise,
yeah, Gary Sinise was in it.
Oh wow.
the
Molly Ringwald.
2021 Paramount one currently has a
Rob Lowe was in
5.6
it.
out of 10 on IMDb.
Yeah,
Of
I
course,
saw that.
Rob Lowe was in it.
Yep.
Okay, I thought so.
The
Uh,
1994 one has 7.1 out of 10.
yeah, the 1994 was good. It was just in 4 parts and it was done. It was good. I liked it. Um, I have not watched the new one, obviously, but um, Adam, what's your pick of the week?
Arcot baby.
Of course, naturally. Figured.
What?
No, no explanation needed. Um,
You
very
can still
nice.
have one if you want one, but it's not
Yeah.
worth science at this point.
If you're sick of playing little baby games and you want to take off those diapers and put on some big boy pants and actually play a fucking man's game, play some fucking Tarkov.
There you go. Justin, what's your pick of the week?
Netflix series. It was a mini series. Marissa and I binged the entire thing. I think all of yesterday. I think we started it in the morning and watched the entire. It was like
Is it,
six
do
or
we
eight
have the same
episodes.
pick?
The Valhalla Murders.
Nope.
So it's a TV series out of Iceland, but it follows sort of a serial killer and like without giving away spoilers, Marissa and I each made some guesses, and they were still able to surprise us with
What's it called?
the Valhalla Murders.
Okay.
Super super good if you like the crime drama type, and I mean miniseries. So it's again 6 to 8 episodes, and no, I can't imagine they would do another season, but it did leave a slight. They left an ending that could open it up to more. However, European shows and movies don't have the typical Hollywood endings, so it could have been that way on purpose.
Is it dubbed?
Yes.
I'm not gonna watch it then.
Yeah, I don't think that it was that bad, but
Why not?
up
Why
to
not just
you.
watch it in subtitles?
I don't know.
You should give it a shot for a little bit and just see. But I thought it was really good. And I always like watching shows from other countries anyways because you get a glimpse into life in
Yeah.
other places. So I think it's just kind of neat. But one of the interesting things that I thought on that show was none of the cops carry weapons, which I think is pretty normal in Europe.
Right.
But there's a scene where the main cop, there's like an officer in trouble, and she has to call into the station and get a code for the safe that's in her trunk so that she can open it up to get the pistol out.
That's crazy.
And she has to get permission for that. I'm like, can you imagine that in America?
Right. That's crazy. Nuts. All right, I might give it a shot on subtitles, but I can't stand dubbed.
Just
I
try
will
the
say
dubbed, and if not, then
Yeah.
try the subtitles. But
Yeah.
it's a really good show.
Nice.
I watched it subtitled, and it was very good.
Okay.
You
fair enough.
saw it too?
Yeah, yep. This is like serial killers, and I have to read everything. Like this is right up
Right up your
my
alley.
alley. Yeah,
There
Yeah,
you
it's
go.
like reading a book, Ryan. There you go.
yeah.
There you go.
But that's
I
not that old, Josh, so you must have watched it somewhat recently. I think it's only like 1 or 2 years old.
Yeah, 2020. I think I
Yeah.
watched it like right around when it came out. But
Nice.
so
Um,
now I have to ask: do you watch One Piece? dubbed?
Yes.
Horrible. Why? Why would you
Huh?
do that to yourself?
Because the problem is I started it dubbed, and I
So
couldn't
did I,
skip
and
it.
then I switched to the
I
better of
couldn't.
the two.
I couldn't switch. I couldn't. So yes, I do watch it dubbed. All right. So my pick of the week, Netflix show, just premiered yesterday. Was its first day out. It's called Kaleidoscope.
Mm.
So fucking crazy. Have you heard about this?
Yeah, we watched the trailer for it.
Yeah.
It has what's his
Gus.
name? Yeah.
Giancarlo Esposito.
Yep.
But so the crazy part is you can watch the show in any order you want. Like the episodes are not numbered, they're different colors. The only rule is you have to watch white last. That has to be the finale. Any of the other episodes you can watch in any order you want. And everybody who watches it gets a little bit of a different experience. So like there are 5,000 different combinations of how you can watch this show apparently. Um and yeah, so each episode is a color. I think black, you start with black, it's like a 3-minute intro, and then white is the finale, which is like a full episode. But otherwise, whatever you want. You can watch it in any order you want. And we've watched two. We watched 2 episodes yesterday after we got fed up with watching the fucking Vikings get destroyed. We turned that off, and then we went to Kaleidoscope. You're on mute, Adam.
I mean, you did. You got upset with it.
Oh yeah, she did too. She was pissed.
Oh, okay.
She's a
Gotcha.
Vikings fan.
Okay. fair.
She got some
But-
sweet
so-
Vikings gear for Christmas.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. But anyway, so we switched to Kaleidoscope. We watched 2 episodes. We went yellow, green is what we started with. And
I'm gonna
just
have to
be
go
curious,
green and
like,
purple.
that's what I was thinking. I was like, Justin's gonna go green and purple. But I'd be interested to see if you guys start it and like start with different episodes than we did, like how much it changes your perception. Cause like it's very open ended in how it starts and it's very open ended in how it ends. And I don't want to say anything else because I don't want to spoil anything. But
What do you mean open ended and how it ends? You have only seen 2 episodes.
well, no, but like in that, it's not like it's open ended
I
in the
think
sense
the
that
episode. Yeah.
in the sense that there's not a direct episode you have to watch after that. You know what I mean? There's like not going to be a
Interesting.
continuation.
How
So
many-
Got it.
How many different combinations did you say?
apparently there's 5,000.
The math doesn't work. I'm like, that's a fuck ton of episodes. Because if you have to start with black and you have to end with white, right?
Well, black is like it's like a trailer essentially. It's like a 3-minute intro.
Okay,
But-
so then
Josh is like, I'm doing the math. There's like 100.
yeah, no, assuming black is one of them, then there's 8 episodes. And then so -2, because if you remove the white and the black, then you would have remaining 6 episodes. Then 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 is 720. So it should be 720, unless there's black is not an episode.
Hang on.
I can. It doesn't matter, but
Yeah, it
it's just-
doesn't matter at all.
I'm like, there has to be a fuck ton of episodes because 5,000 is a lot of combinations.
This says there's 40,320 different combinations.
40,000
Of Kaleidoscope?
Yeah.
What? That doesn't make sense.
times 6 times.
Oh, so if you keep white as the last, then there's 5,040 potential combinations.
Okay.
Oh, so you don't have to.
That they kind of tell you to. Like white is the finale. And
Okay,
that's
okay.
Where that's where I got the 5,000 number from.
If black is not one of the episodes on the Wikipedia page, then 5,040 does that make sense?
Okay.
Because there's one additional episode that you can
Right.
include in that.
But anyways, it's very very good, and I'd be interested to see like if you guys ever do it, how but how different experience it would be. You know what I mean? So, that's my pick of the week. It's really good so far. All right, boys, that wraps it up. That's episode 125 in the books. Thank you everybody for joining. We'll be back next Monday, as always, barring any crazy setback, which hopefully there is none, like a fucking ice storm that cuts my power at some point.
I
So
mean, we
far,
don't
so
really
good.
need you anymore, so.
That's fair. All right. I'm retiring. These three are taking over.
And How to Kill a Podcast,
Yeah.
right there.
But anyways, thank you everyone for tuning in. We do very much appreciate it. Bye, Twitch. Bye.
Have a good